What's going on with y'all, man? Hey, look, I got my food right here. Shout out to all my anime lovers, as y'all can see. We finna react to the Culling game rules explained. Hey, y'all let me know what y'all favorite anime is. My favorite anime is JJK, man. As y'all can see, I got the tattoo. I got Toji and Sukuna right here. Then Bleach, that's Ichigo. That's my nigga Ichigo, the main character. You know what I'm saying? That's also one of my favorite anime, actually. But, you know, today we reacting to Turtle Quirk. Am I reading that right? Shout out Turtle Quirk, man. Hey, explain these rules. Hey, if y'all been watching JJK season 3, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. New episode coming out tomorrow. Maki's in it. Turn me up. Hey, but let's react to the rules for the people that don't know. The Culling game has begun, I think, really. And so people gotta, if y'all late, y'all gotta learn, get these rules down. I know the rules can be a little bit confusing when you're watching the show, so let's see how he breaks it down.
Of different rules. So today we're explaining what these rules actually mean and why the Culling game exists in the first place. To start things off, the Culling game is a battle royale designed by Kinjari in which sorcerers have to fight each other to the death. You might be wondering though, why would anyone agree to take part in this? And the answer is that some people don't have a choice. Remember,
Wait, I forgot to bless my food. Wait, wrong period. Alright.
back in Season 2, Kenjaku used Mahito's technique to alter the brains of humans across Japan. At the time, he mentioned that he targeted two specific groups of people, and those were the Ancient Sorcerers and the Awakened Sorcerers. Awakened Sorcerers are people like Junpei who were born with cursed techniques, but without the right brain to control cursed energy. Usually, people like this would go their whole lives not knowing they have powers, but in this scene, Kinjaku turned all of them.
Hey, what y'all eating right now? I got me oxtail rice and some mixed vegetables, you know what I mean? I gotta start eating my vegetables, man. I'm trying to lose weight, you know. I'm trying to just trying to change my overall eating habits and just, you know, healthy, trying to live a healthy lifestyle. So y'all comment what y'all eating and comment down y'all favorite anime. Which anime made you cry? And which anime had you on your toes, man?
Into real sorcerers. This is what brings us to Rule 1 of the Culling game, which states that after awakening a technique, these players must join the Culling game within 19 days. In a minute, I'll explain how you're supposed to join, but for now, the main thing that's important is that the Culling game started on Halloween night, shortly before midnight. This means that awakened players, they have from the 1st of November to the 19th of November to join the Culling game, and they will literally die if they don't do it. According to rule number 2, any player who breaks the first rule will have their curse technique removed, and Shoko believes that this removal process will kill the person. This is pretty bad news for Megami's sister Sumiki, who was one of the many people affected by Mahito's technique. At the end of Season 2, we saw her waking up from a coma, and now, according to Megami, she has 10 days left to join the Culling game. To save her, Fushiguro, Yuji, and a few others, they're gonna join the Culling game themselves and then create a situation that will allow Sumiki to escape. However, before we get into the details of that, we should probably talk about Ancient Sorcerers. As the name suggests, Ancient Sorcerers are sorcerers from the past who've been brought back to life thanks to Kenjaku. Many of these people are from the same era as Sukuna, and just like Sukuna, their souls were turned into cursed objects after their...
I know Sukuna get called a fraud a lot, but he's still a goat. He's a goat antagonist, bro. He just be beating niggas' asses and killing shit for the love of the game, bro.
Death. Back
my type of antagonist right there, bro.
Vows with these people, in which they agreed to take part in the Culling game as long as he
has nothing to lose
in the future. That's why, in modern times, Kenjaku began feeding these objects to people in the modern day, because those people would become the vessels for the Ancient Sorcerers. With the one exception of Sukuna, every Ancient Sorcerer has been asleep until now, but Kenjaku woke them up at the end of Season 2. In this moment, he broke the seal on the cursed objects, causing their souls to wake up, and they woke up inside of the vessels that he had strengthened with Mahito's technique. The end result is that you have 1,000 Ancient Sorcerers who want to join the Culling games, and you also have a bunch of Awakened Sorcerers who, they're being forced to join. Now, the question is, how exactly do you join? Well, spread across Japan, there are 10 gigantic barriers referred to as colonies. Inside each of these colonies is where the fighting is meant to take place, and according to Rule 1, players can join any colony they want. All you have to do is physically approach the colony of your choice, and once you do, you'll be greeted by the
I didn't
Shikigami.
get no water. I didn't get no water.
We will ask you if you want to become a player, and if you say yes, then according to Rule 3 of the Culling games, you officially become a player. Each player then receives one of these Shikigami for themselves, and
so if you have no curse technique,
the game itself, if there are updates,
and you end up entering the colony,
you can ask it relevant questions. Now, moving on, in the third episode of JJK Season 3, it was revealed that the true purpose of the Culling game is to merge Japan's population with Tengen. For context, until very recently, Tengen had to merge once every 500 years with a single person known as the Star Plasma Vessel. Star Plasma Vessels are people who have compatible DNA with Tengen, and this merger was done to stop Tengen from evolving. However, in 2006, Toji messed everything up when he killed Rico, and so from that moment onwards, Tengen began evolving into something not human. At this point, she says that her evolved soul has become part of the world itself, and that this character that we see, that isn't actually her. This is just like, I guess you could say it's a hologram or a vision, but her actual body, it's everywhere. Because of this evolution, it means that Tengen is now more of a cursed spirit than a human being, and so because of that, it means that she can technically merge with anyone. It doesn't have to be a Star Plasma Vessel. She can merge with any human. Now, Kenjaku's plan is to test the limits of what Jujutsu can do by merging an entire country's worth of people, I think like 100 million people, with Tengen. And by doing this, you're going to create a monster that's never been seen in history. The Culling game is simply the ritual to make that happen, because as the players keep fighting each other, they'll generate tons and tons of cursed energy. Then, once all 10 colonies have generated enough cursed energy, the ritual will be complete, and Japan's population will be cooked. Tengen's estimate is that it will take roughly 2 months of fighting for the ritual to be complete, and this brings us to Rule 4 and Rule 8 of the Culling game. Rule 4 states that players gain points for killing other players, and Rule 8...
So that means if it takes 2 months for the ritual to be complete, that means niggas gonna have to... They're gonna have to end shit quick. These fights gonna have to be...
will die if their score stays the same for 19 days. What this means is that you can't just enter the Culling games and then hide. You have to kill at least one person every 19 days, or else the game itself will kill you. In that sense, even good people like Sumiki will be forced to kill, and right now there's no way to avoid that. That being said, when we look at rules 5 and 6, it's possible to add rules to the game that might allow certain players to escape. To be specific, Rule 6 says that you can add one new rule to the game in exchange for exactly 100 points. Meanwhile, Rule 5 says that you can gain points by killing other players, and in theory you should get 5 points for killing a sorcerer and 1 point for killing a civilian. In that way, a rule can be added to benefit players like Sumiki, and all you have to do is murder 20 sorcerers or 100 civilians, or a combination of sorcerers and civilians. If Jujutsu High join the Culling game and just start killing people, then Sumiki can be saved, although they do have to be careful when it comes to Rule 7. Rule 7 says that you can add any rule you want as long as the rule doesn't have a serious, long-lasting effect on the Culling game. To put it another way, you can't add a rule that would stop the ritual either directly or indirectly. So, for example, a rule that would allow all players to leave, that would never be accepted. Besides that, in order to create this insane game, Kenjaku made a ton of binding vows where you have to give up certain things in order to gain other things. As a consequence of all the binding vows, Kenjaku himself is not in charge of the Culling game, and what this means is that the game will continue even if he gets killed. As a result, right now, getting points and adding rules is the only way to save Sumiki, since going after Kenjaku isn't going to solve anything. Now, with that explained, some final things to mention is that curses are going to be taking part in the Culling game. Some of these curses are intelligent in the same way as Mahito, and so their goal will be to accumulate points just like the human players. Another thing to say is that because these Culling game barriers just spawned out of nowhere, understandably there will be a lot of civilians who were trapped inside the space. That being said, in episode 3 of JJK Season 3, Tengen revealed that they will be given at least one...
Tengen? Isn't Tengen? It's Tengen, right? Tengen? Bro. He's not even a he, right? He's like a female, right? She's a female, right? She said,
Chance
never
to
mind.
escape.
Wait. Tangan is isn't she a grandpa? I mean a grandfather? I mean a grandma?
Anyone who's been accidentally caught inside their colonies, you
So
know,
she's
they'll
a
be given
grandma,
the
right?
option to leave, and if they accept, then they don't have to
I'm
become a
spoiling.
slave.
Spoiler
However,
alert.
if they don't accept for whatever reason, then they will be hunted down by ancient sorcerers, by curses, and possibly awakened sorcerers as well. With all that said, my friends, we've explained the Culling game rules so far, and we've also explained the reason why the Culling game exists. So if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to drop a like and subscribe so you don't miss my next one.
No bull.
On screen now should be my video explaining the different ancient sorcerers.
No bull. Nah, they doing way too much for these Culling games, man. Hey, no though. Hey, y'all go check my boy out, man. And make sure, hey, if you made it this far, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what other anime-based, you know what I mean, anime-based stuff should I react to. You know what I mean? I love anime. I always have. This is, well, I'm lying. Not always, but I love it now. In my older age, I understand it. It's cool. And if you watch it, you cool. Don't ever let somebody tell you not cool just because you watch anime.